hurt my back today. It's actually kind of a old injury that I aggravated.
We're near Fort Wayne.
Okay, Indiana.
The Fort Wayne area.
Yeah. So I stopped last night. I got a shower. We had to wait to get unloaded this morning. Jay took over.
The appointment time was 0600. I got there about 5:30. Got unloaded and came here.
So this is our second dock for today.
Yeah,
so you've docked twice today.
We're getting loaded right now.
So while we're sitting here getting loaded, from here we head to Calexico, California, which is a nice run. Thank you, Con-Way Ops. Thank you, Gail. We got a great question. Actually, 3 questions.
From who?
Carmen Flores.
Oh, yeah.
And Carmen just asked the perfect questions. She says, hi, I watch your videos. I really like them. Good job. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you. Her first question is, you want to read it?
Yeah.
Read her first
just
question.
Just so you know, the reason I keep looking out over here is I have to watch the dock light. It's red right now. When it goes green, it means we're done. We have to go pick up our paperwork and get out of here. Because if you look over here, the trucks are stacking up.
They sure are.
They're waiting to get into these 3 docks. So we can't mess around. You know, when we're done, we gotta get
on the camera. Your arms look really long.
Get out of here. Yeah, they are. I have really long arms. So that's why I keep looking out the side mirror. Carmen asked 3 pretty good questions.
Excellent.
Tell me why you didn't go to a trucking... Oh, can you tell me why you didn't go to a trucking company directly and have them pay for training? That was 1. Why did you pick Con-Way over other companies?
That's 2.
And 3, are you an owner-operator? Why or why not? You want me to start? You want to start?
I'm gonna...
Let me start.
No, I'll start. No.
Trucking companies that will provide you with your CDL training, we did a lot of homework on this one and found out that you can do that. In fact, Swift was offering a 2-for-1, and those schools range from $4,000 to $6,000–$7,000. When you go that route, you are on the hook for the cost. Now they not only, there's hotel, there's for a month, food for a month, and then your 4 weeks of CDL training. Mm-hmm. And that's what the $4,000 to $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 covers. So when you complete it, you're on the hook for that money.
That's right.
People think, oh great, the company pays for it and I can go to work. Well,
the company doesn't really pay for it. You ultimately do.
They're paying for it up front, so you don't have to, but you're also, so not only are you on the hook for that money, it's in your contract, in the agreement. You have to sign it before you start. You need to read it if you're considering doing this. You're also obligated to work for them for a specified period of time.
For Swift, it was 13 months.
It can be 9 months to 13 months, depending on the company.
Yeah.
So that's another thing. They also pay you much less because you're coming out of school. You are contracted to them basically for a period of months, and so they're getting their freight hauled for real cheap.
Yeah.
So you get paid a lot less on top of it.
We talked to CRST in San Diego because they have a recruiting center.
Yeah.
And we were actually shown how much we'd get paid. 13 cents a mile for 8 months. And each week they're taking out money to pay back
CDL
your schooling.
Yeah.
So if you think that you're getting free school, you're not.
I want to get out the calculator to show you. All right. 13 cents a mile. The most you can drive in a week, let's say, especially starting out, is probably like 2,500 miles. That's $325. All right, in a week. And a big chunk of your CDL school is going to come out of that. And this is what happens to people. Some are married, they have children, they think they're going to get their jump start in the trucking industry, get their school paid for, and they're getting $300, $400, $500 a week maybe, and then minus their expenses that they deduct, and it's your CDL school is one of them.
Yeah.
And you end up not making enough money to live. Met and talked with quite a few who have come from these companies that are called puppy mills.
Yeah, they are
call
puppy
them puppy
mills
mills because they just run people through. And we've heard their stories about how difficult it was, how much they struggled. They couldn't afford to drive on what they were getting paid, but they were under this contract. There was,
because if you break the contract,
you owe that money.
You have to pay it back.
You pay it, or it goes into collections.
Right, and which will ruin your credit.
And then you have that to deal with.
We talk to a lot of companies about training, and I'm talking about finishing, not CDL school, but their training.
We're talking about the companies that will pay for your CDL school. We asked about their training, how their training works.
Yes.
This is what she's referring to.
So I'll give you 2 examples. CR England told us on the phone that they would train us together in the truck with a trainer, but that's not going to happen.
We were concerned that the other places we talked to, they're going to split us up, put us in different trucks.
And that was scary.
We were kind of worried about that, and we were told that, well, no, don't worry about that. We'll train you together. We'll put you both in the same truck with a trainer. You can do your training together. Mm-hmm. And we thought,
oh, that's cool.
That sounds wonderful. Okay.
And that really kind of shifted us toward that company. But then we started talking to other companies, and they said, oh, no, that's not possible. I don't know if they're really going to do it, but I don't think so, because we cannot legally have 3 people in a truck.
Yeah, there aren't safety restraints for 3 people in one of these trucks.
Right. So we went, oh, okay, that's interesting. So then we kept talking to companies, and here's what we found out.
The third person would never be able to get out of the bunk.
That's right. So here's what we found out. With every company that paid for your training, the way that they trained you once you got hired was in a team truck, which meant, very simply, that the trainer sat in this jump seat and trained you for about a week, if some were like 3 days or 4 days.
Yeah.
And then they started going in the back bunk and sleeping while you drive.
And then you go in the bunk and sleep while they drive.
So where's the training?
The extent of your training is 4 days to 5, 6, 7 days.
Right.
With those companies.
Right.
And when we found that out, I mean, for me personally, I was like, no way. There's just no way in hell. That is not training.
Right.
3 days, 4 days, 5 days, that's not training. I want training. I want to know, I want to understand how to do this and do it right and do it safe.
Well, we had talked to at least a dozen companies.
Yeah.
And we had, by that time, we had a list of about 13 or 14 hard-hitting questions. And by the time we got to the company that I had showed all those videos, True Blue, to Jay.
Yeah, I went through and looked at them.
And we said, okay, let's save this company for last because we'll have all our questions, all our ducks, so to speak, in a row.
Yeah.
So we got on the phone and we talked to Katura Wheat.
Yeah.
And Katura, we just appreciate and love you so much because she is a straight shooter and she tells it like it is.
Yeah, she didn't pump sunshines at all.
Nope.
I mean, she told us the answers, that we didn't want to hear, the hard questions.
Yeah.
That, like in training, we can't train you together in the same truck. You will be split up, put in separate trucks,
we were like,
separate trainers. I mean, she told us, and then so she was real straight with us about how Con-Way works and the way they do things, which we really appreciate.
Every answer was solid. The big question was training.
Yeah.
When we asked her, what about the finishing process? And she said that it was 7,500 miles or 10,000. And I said, is it a team truck? She said, absolutely not. The trainer sits in the jump seat.
Yeah, we want
the
to
whole
know
time.
how many miles of that does the trainer drive.
That's right. That's
and
what was our
just
question.
Zero.
Zero.
You know, you drive all those miles.
Right.
The trainer sits in the jump seat and trains you.
And we were
Sits
like,
beside you every minute you're driving for training. And I thought, okay, that's what I'm looking for. You know,
exactly.
So not only that, I mean, that was a big factor, but the integrity. The way that Keturah answered our questions, told us things that we didn't want to hear. Like,
well, you like forced dispatch.
What about New York City? Do you have forced dispatch to New York City?
She said, yes, we do.
Yes, we do. And if you're dispatched, you'll have to go. And it was
but at the same
disappointing,
time,
but there were companies that were telling us, no, we don't have forced dispatch. Well, you know what? They all do.
Because we talked to their drivers and they said, oh, that's not true.
They all do.
So,
and if you're a company driver, you can't get a dispatch, a load assignment, and say, I don't want to go there. It's like,
you're going.
Or you don't, or you're not employed anymore.
Right. And another huge question was Con-Way at that time. Con-Way had what was called tuition assistance, which they paid for half of your tuition.
It was $4,500 each to go to CDL school.
Yeah, that's $9,000.
Yeah, and so to get half of that back on when we completed meant we only had to pay back $4,500.
Right.
I mean, that's what it would cost us.
Mm-hmm. And we're on a payment plan, but it doesn't come out of our check. We did that with the school.
We got financing through with the school.
I had something else I wanted to add. That the big question was, okay, so you guys are paying for half of our school, so how long do we have to contract with Con-Way? How long do we have to stay? And she said, I don't understand. I said, is there a contract where we have to drive for so long? And she said, no. You're a free agent.
Yeah, because we came in with our CDL license, we come to Con-Way with our CDL.
Yeah.
There was no obligation period.
Even though they helped to pay for it.
Yeah, well, that was a bonus for coming to Con-Way.
Yeah.
Was if we chose Con-Way, when we finished CDL school, they would reimburse us 50% of our tuition.
Yeah.
Which they did right away. It went straight, they paid it.
Yep.
To the CDL school. Light just went green.
So let's go get our doors closed. Yeah. I'll go do that. Okay, we'll get back to you with Carmen.
Parts
with your
2
next...
and 3.
That's right.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.